Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video we will be talking about the Juggernaut Raid, not the character. I have obviously got this character a little bit going here. I'll admit I splurged some I think I'm close to getting Magneto, so went ahead and had some good RNG drops on the orb pulls, and got him sitting here at almost 5-star. So I'm pretty confident that I'll get him there, but that's not what this video is necessarily about. I just wanted you to look at this Humpty Dumpty looking character here, and punching his hand into his or his fist into his hand. So I think he's kind of goofy looking, but whatever, that's fine. He's the Juggernaut, bitch. So anyway, moving on from that, the point of this video is to discuss a Juggernaut Raid. So let's get this out of here. And this is the Juggernaut Raid, courtesy of msf.gg. So if you're not using this site, I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. I personally like it to look at characters and the raids and all that kind of thing. And when I'm trying to prep prep my alliance for the upcoming raids, I look at this. I create paths myself typically before, I'll try to browse the internet to see if I find things, but generally speaking, I try to, look at these maps and think about what I want to do and, how to approach them. So the first thing that you'll notice about this, about this map or this raid is that lots of traits. You'll kind of see them at the bottom of the screen there, but Mystic Skill, Bio-Mystic Skill, Mystic Tech. So anyway, there's all these different Mutant Mystic, Mystic Tech, Mutant Mystic, Mutant Mystic Tech, Bio-Mystic, Mutant Mystic Tech, Bio-Mystic Skill, Bio-Mystic, Bio-Mystic Skill. You getting lost yet? Having a hard time figuring out where you should be? What do you need to bring for each lane? How are you going to go in these lanes? Yeah, this is a work in progress for me, and I'm sure pretty much everyone else who hasn't, spent quite some time looking at this yet. I'm not even clicking on the nodes here necessarily, so let's just, for instance, if you click on a node, it tells you a little bit about the characters in there. So it's a level 59 Sabretooth. It talks about his power a little bit. It's this little note here, drop order, and then it talks about when the next couple waves drop and how they drop and all that kind of thing. So, that Venom is a level 59. So that's actually it doesn't look too terrible, honestly, level 59. So, I'm not too concerned about that. And that was I think this one. Let's go to, one of these farther boss nodes. And you've got, a 65 Drax. You got a 65 Magneto, 25k power of the Drax. Doesn't show the power. These might be changing, so maybe they'll become more difficult. This Pyro is a 65, doesn't say the level. Another Magneto, 65, doesn't say the level. So, again, all subject to change, and this isn't necessarily what this video about is analyzing each one of these nodes, but more the requirements for these nodes as you kind of go along. So what I did is I spent some time looking at these and just kind of figuring out what they were, and came up with like kind of a little chart or illustration, if you will, to help me visualize it. Now, it might be hard for you guys to see this a little bit, especially on a phone. So if you're on a mobile device, I apologize. I'm just wanted to share this a little bit so you can see that there's 5 different traits that can be used in this raid throughout, not all on every different node, but kind of throughout. There's the Mutant, which I've labeled as pink, Skill, which I've labeled as red, Bio, which I've labeled as green, Mutant, which I've labeled as blue, and then Tech, which I've labeled as white. And what I've done here is on these nodes is I've just put in little lines. So like here I've got pink and red, which means that it's a Mystic Skill. Here I've got pink, red, and green, which is Mystic Skill Bio. And on those nodes, that means you can use any combination of that 3 groups. So if you want to bring in Spider-Man and a Mystic team, okay, so get Doctor Strange and Mordo and Spider-Man or whatever you want to, or Hulk if you have them in there, and kind of run around. And or skills, obviously that you're gonna have your shield team. So those shield teams, that's great. You can get here, here, and then you're basically stuck in this range where you need to get a Tech Mutant team. And then you're back up in here again where you can kind of get a mystic, or skill team. Now, the one thing you do notice, or you should notice about this, is pink is everywhere. Every single node is a pink, which means if you have a mystic team, you can go wherever you need to. I mean, every single one of these nodes is mystic. So it's the other skills that are kind of just peppered throughout, where it's, the bio in the middle, the mutant in the middle, the bio in the middle, the mutant in the middle. So that's the pattern you're kind of seeing here is skill, tech, skill, tech, skill, tech, skill, tech. And again, in the middle, it's bio, mutant. So that's the range. It's almost like this looks like, I mean, it's almost like, and I'm not a scientist here, but forget the name of it, but the DNA, your DNA, that's going to bother me. I'll come up with it by the time the video is over, but I'm wondering if that's what they were trying to go for there. And who knows, whatever. It's kind of I don't know. It might not be any design type element, but whatever. You get the idea that where they're kind of alternating these things, kind of between the different spots. So you can't just take a Fury team and blow through this, or and really those are the only team that's really kind of blowing through certain things. But yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, so point being is be ready to have multiple teams for this raid. That's really the biggest thing that I'm seeing. You've, again, if you want to try to coordinate it with your alliance, that this person goes and this person goes and this, okay, you can do that. Maybe it's a free for all and you're just trying to figure that out. I don't know. But, I think regardless, you've just, I think this is a week or so away, maybe. I don't know. So, you know what? It just hit me. DNA Helix. Anyway, sorry. I knew that was going to bother me. But, so I haven't put any of the power numbers on these. I'm going to wait, but you get the idea of what this thing's going to look like. My strat is, like I said, I think you've got to do a combination depending on your alliance. I know what we're going to do. As much as I'd love to share that, I want to keep that within our group so that we can, succeed as well as possible on this thing. I'm sure most of the higher end alliances probably aren't watching someone like me on YouTube anyway. No offense to me, but they're probably watching the Seatons of the world and, the mobile gamers of the world and Tony Bings of the world. So, but I still want to approach, I think I come up with some pretty good strategies for our alliance and, approach these things, and I take a lot of time and effort to kind of look at them, and I'll come up with a strategy for this and, figure out something that works. And I'm sure a lot of other people here can, come up with their own. And, I obviously always hope that, I like good competition, so I hope everybody succeeds here and does a good job. But, yeah, so that's kind of the Juggernaut raid. We'll see how it kind of shakes out when the final version comes out. It could be totally different. Who knows? But this is my preliminary markup, so I hope it kind of gives you an idea of how you might want to approach. Might help you figure out how you want to get some priority. I just did my prioritization video the other day, and now I see this, and I'm going, do I need to, maybe I need to make some classifications for bio and mutant on these, on my prioritization chart. So who knows, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm not sure how long this raid's gonna last. If it's 30 days, you only have so much time to really build those up. I luckily have a good, tech team. I have a pretty solid mystic team, not fantastic, but solid. I think I'm at 3.5 on that campaign, and then skill bio is, everybody's got some skill bio. It just depends how much you level them up by. And then mutant, I'm doing pretty well, at least with Storm. So we'll see how that kind of shakes out a little bit. And again, I don't know if I've got much more to contribute to this other than just, wanting to share it with you, show that it's, it's quite the interesting type of raid. And, again, I hope this helps you prepare for it. And if you want to see more videos like this and, just general strategy or walkthrough type things, or even just sometimes I'm just sharing myself playing the game, like the Dark Dimension videos that I'm doing, click that subscribe button as well as that like button. We'll see you guys again soon. Thanks.